I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. I put my dick out, she wanna take a stab at it. Is that too much dick for you, my dear? I'm done. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. What's good, gangy? What's happening? It's been a while, gang. I have not talked to my family in a minute. I'm sorry. I've been sick. I've been busy. I've been drinking. I've been celebrating. I've been busy. But it is good to be back in these One Piece streets. Know what I'm talking about? Random Tuesday night, but we back in these One Piece streets. You dig? You dig? Back in this bitch. I hope y'all brought a bev, because it's going to be a great, great day today. I'm ready to get into the thick of it. You know how we get down. 2 chapters I got to live react today because I am 2 weeks behind. I did go see Film Red, Trill Bill. I did go see Film Red, but I'm not going to talk about that in this stream. I'm not going to talk about it in this stream, but I am ready to get to it, man. If you could tell, I'm still a little bit stuffy. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm here to give the people what they want. We are here to have a wonderful stream today. I plan on having a discussion today. I haven't the last few streams because of time constraints. I'm ready to get into it today, you know? No, I've got 2 chapters. I missed 2 weeks. But let's see who we got. What's good, Trill Bill? What up, Peanut Butter Jelly? What up, Bryce? What up, Pirate King Season? Hello, Ogata-san. Hello, Teddy. What's good, Durag Sama? Hey, we are in here. Man, let's christen the stream. As you can see, the big boys. We got the big boys today. We was on break. We was on break. I only missed 1 chapter? Ah, shit. See, that's how out the loop I am. That is how out of the loop I am. I legitimately thought I missed 2 chapters. Well, if that's the case, then we're only doing 1 chapter. That gives us more time for a discussion. Even better. Well, that makes me happy. Let's see here. Now I just have to find TCB scans. Gang at TCB. TCB scans. So I only got 1 chapter in this bad boy. Okay. Oh, wow. So last week was a break week. Let's change that title, shall we? God of War drops in an hour. Thanks for this. You got it. Hey, it is what it is. You dig? Appreciate TCB because you know how to get down. You know how the kid play. No house party. You already know. How do we sound? Mic sound good? Camera look good? How are we looking, guys? Make sure I haven't lost some of my clarity. How are we looking? While I dive into this here VSOP. Told you to bring a bev. Somebody suck me. Woo! I feel alive. Now we're back. Yeah, like the OG days when we were slinging pulls from the bottle. Forget a beer. Now we're back. But I think I have wasted enough time. Don't you? I do. Yes, the mic is still plugged in. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Into a thick ass bitch. I'm sure I can be heard now. Sorry about that, guys. 95% sure that was due to me banging on the table like a madman. That was my own fault. Yeah, all right. We should be good now. Sorry about that, folks. Sign language stream. You know how we get down. Yeah! All right. All audio is good. Any audio is good audio. All right. Now, where were we? Now, let me see if I remember how to do this correctly. It's been a few weeks. And as you know, the chapters are brought to us early every single week by TCB Scans. Follow TCB Scans on Twitter. Follow TCB Scans on Instagram. Show them some love. Shout out Big Homie Spicy Lice. Shout out Gracia. She gives us those beautiful color pages every week. But do not forget to subscribe to The Viz. Support this official release, you broke son of a bitches. I know you niggas is probably, y'all niggas bought a little 3.5, or y'all probably spent $10 for a G, bought a gram, because y'all was low on money. But you could have put that money towards the Viz subscription, and you chose not to. So instead of getting high off your ass all the time, subscribe to The Viz. That is all I ask. That is all I require. Show them some love. Oh, and don't forget Luffy and Robin with the hats, with the cats with the black hats, and a couple tats, and a couple gats. But let's get it. Let's get to it. Let's get ready to rumble. All right. Ooh. Look at this film red color spread. Looking nice. I love it. Having Gear 5 in this film red cover spread is kind of wild. Kind of wild. Kind of wild, G. It's $5 a G out here. It is what it is. It is what it is. One Piece film red, Uda screaming and shit. Shanks' crew looked raw as hell. I love the spread. Thank you, Oda-san. Let's get to it. Lab Stratum Egghead, the island of the future. The reason they stayed on the ship? The way I see it, when it comes to a government island, you got to think about who's going to be around to bail them out if they get caught. Yeah. Smart thinking, Zoro. Zoro does have a brain. Chapter 1065. The Six Faces of Vegapunk. 6 Paths of Pain ass boys. Why this nigga and Kim and Kishimoto are friends? Yo! I was thinking the same thing. Would you care for some tea? Excuse me, sirs. You're still here? Caribou! Hang on. Just give me a moment of your time. I know our deal was to drop me off anywhere away from Wano, but I didn't think we'd be heading for a government island. I heard you helped our captain out. Appreciate it. See you around. These jerks. I'll remember this. He said, see you around. I'm dead. We love Zoro. Lab. Whoa. The stairs are moving. New steps are sprouting out of the ground. What kind of setup is this? How's it powered? You can say the whole island runs on fire. After all, you can convert its power into any kind of energy. Doesn't that burn through a load of natural resources? I'm always looking into alternative fuels. If only there was such a thing as an eternal flame. Then I'd be able to make my very own sun. A sun? Slide. What the? She's going right through the wall. Lilith. Hey, open up. Lilith-chan. Lilith-chan. Stop dilly-dallying and walk through. You should never let your own senses dupe you. What is it, Edison? We passed through too. No way, it's turned back into solid metal again. How the heck does that work? So this is the lab. Where did Lilith-chan get to? Hey, y'all can keep going dead ahead. Who's that? Ah, Vegapunk Edison. Howdy. Now just keep walking, like I said. Let's look for some future treasure. Future treasure, like what? Like a flower made entirely out of exquisite antique gems. Okay. Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Jinbei? I don't think that's him. Doesn't he look a little too young? Well, my first guess would be he's his son. Yeah, but on second thought, maybe Jinbei was somehow turned into a kid. Nah, I'm going with option 3. It's a coincidence. I mean, the kid's got wings, although there's an ominous air about him. Now I'm going with option... Oh, well. Out with it. Who the heck are you? He may look like a kid, but he's just as big as the real Jinbei. I've got a bad feeling. There's a fourth possibility. He's a pacifista. Sheesh. Well, damn. So the blow y'all boys back. Yeah. This was all one giant trap. We should have known the government was never going to roll out the red carpet. Does that mean they're using a clone of Jinbei as a soldier? But he's still a kid. I really don't want to fight him. Beep beep. Ayo. Huh? He's got fruit powers? What's going on? Should I pop up to help Nami? Not yet, Zeus. Hey, I know that ability. That's Mr. Pink's. Senor Pink's ability. Kya, hey, yo, he's got Nami. Nami. Jinbei. That's it. You just signed your own death warrant. I don't give a crap. Whether you're Jinbei or not. Hey. Gigante flor. What he said. That was unforgivable. Sea serpent. Go crazy, Robin. Snapdragon spank. Yeah. Well. Get out of there, Robin. So you can use fisherman karate too. Lethal green star. Skull exploding grass. I know this isn't Jinbei, but this still feels messed up. He's gone. Ooh! That boy got Usopp. Usopp! I got this, Sanji. Usopp, don't move a muscle. Radical. Watch it, Shark. Beam! Yeah, Frankie. Hoo-wee! He just used the beam. Who in tarnation is this guy? Oh, don't tell me you're interested in Frankie. Reckon this is getting real risky. Flare, Dr. Vegapunk, Edison. The Seraphim's still just a kid. We ain't meant to put it through a laser test till later. You said it. Does he have the faintest idea how much one Seraphim costs? I'll rip his blasted skull off. I wouldn't go that far. Don't you think that's a bit too evil? Oh, Eureka. I just thought up a new invention. I'm sorry, I just assume he's talking like he's from Alabama. I just assume he's just like, oh, and my sister I trust. You know what I'm talking about? Woo! Leave the rest to you, Pythagoras. Like Pythagorean theorem? Hey, yo. Had to jot down the blueprint right away. My hands are always so full. At this point, I'd even take help from the cat. Meow. You don't come across battle data this rich every day. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let's get some input. Wisdom, Dr. Vegapunk Pythagoras. The ideas won't stop flowing. York, be a doll and eat something for me. Sure thing. Munch, delicious. Bring seconds for Dr. York. Her current BMI is over 600. She's a munch. That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, she eat it for lunch. The Seraphim's attack patterns have continued to develop as it grows. That suggests that one's lineage factor really does store some of our recollections and capabilities. We should try and accelerate their growth, although that presents new obstacles. Green blood concentration has risen and heart rate is up to 90 BPM. I really need the toilet. I'd go myself, but I can't afford to waste any time. Ugh. Flush. Grin. Is that Bonnie? Oh, no, it wasn't. That hit the spot. Ugh. Gotta punch something to help me digest. That's enough, Seraphim. Return. Oh, wait, I'm confused. So sleepy. Dr. York's on today's 4th SDN cycle. Snack, dump, nap. Desire. Dr. Vegapunk York. Carry over all the materials Dr. Pythagoras needs. Also, Dr. Edison is prepping for another experiment. Get to simulation room 88. That's enough, Seraphim. Return. I can't move. Edison, Lilith, Pythagoras. You three have had your fill too, right? Oh, what a shame. Of course that scoundrel butts in when things finally get good. Eureka! I'm Dr. Vegapunk. Shaka. Shaka's kind of a badass name. You must be the Straw Hat Pirates. That's us. What the hell do you do with our shoes? They're stuck to the floor. Dom's shoes can be magnetically disabled at any point while in the laboratory. So you're saying resistance is futile then? I know better than to let my guard down around pirates. Wait, we've already met 2 Vegapunks. That woman and the other one on the speaker. Yes, but I am also Vegapunk. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that I'm Vegapunk too? Usopp ugly as hell! I love Usopp, dog. Would you cut it out? Do you think this island looks like the future? It's beyond the future. I mean, just look at those Mecha Sea Beasts. They're also Vega Force 01 and the island Aircon 2. This is as futuristic as it gets. I've never seen anything like this place before. For real, what kind of goodies are you making here? I want to take a full tour to take it all in. There's no way you and I wouldn't get along. You feel me, Vega Sean? It's actually quite the contrary. This is an island of the past. Huh? Check it out, Chopper. You can tell because it's all rusted and stuff. It's real metal, not another hollow thing. Whoa. What the heck? Could something like this really move? If it could, how is it that level of tech possible? For something so ancient looking. What do you mean by past? What if I were to tell you that long ago, there was once a highly advanced kingdom? Not unlike Egghead when it comes to technology. A civilization from 900 years ago. Would you believe me? I want to ride it. Let's go. 900 years ago, what was the world like back then? Huh. What was the world like back then? an island that proceeded in the Void Century. A Void Century island. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. And I knew that we were going to get a lot of information coming during this arc. But for this to be one of the age-old islands is interesting. So instead of futuristic island, we have an island of the past. I think that's very interesting. We'll see. Let's see if any of the gang's around. Huh? It's been a while, huh? I just want to ride. Body out here. So get the body out here. I wish I knew you wanted me. Let's see. That was an interesting shit. Oh, I didn't even see the cover art. Ooh. Yeah, I'm calm. So Chin Ho Wong. I'm not gonna say that I expected this. But I had some inkling that this island wasn't what it seems. So for some reason, that specific reveal didn't really rattle me to an extent. It didn't really rattle me, you know? Just keeping it honest. That's all I can do. It just kind of seemed correct. And you know, I like this chapter a lot. Yeah, if Senior Pink, because I'm sober, yeah, to me, Shadow, to me, it made sense. I don't know why. Chin, I would say I'm sober-esque. You probably didn't see me take a couple shots. Not dead sober, but I'm getting there. I mean, I'm getting past there. I'm getting far removed from there, actually. Now, I doubt Toddy will answer, but let's see, shall we? Also, it's going to be nice getting back to Twitter. It sucked being restricted, so to speak. I couldn't go to social media much. I'd respond to like random replies that I get sent to my phone, but that was about as far as I could go without getting spoiled, you know. Me no like it a spoiler, you dig? I got some buddies I talk to in real life. Not real life, but like that in person, rather, because this is all real life. But I got some buddies I talk to in person about the chapters. And when I haven't seen a chapter, I have to tell them to shut the fuck up. Because I'd rather never get spoiled, you know? That's just where I stand. So if they're even on the precipice of spoiling, I tell them to shut the fuck up. Simple as that. Oh, it's Muskter right now. Jinbei Jr. was scrapping. Jinbei Jr. was out here. Oh, really, Shadow? Yeah, I thought. Also, Shadow, you've been watching for a long time. I think it's time you finally got a mod. And I'm giving one more moderator. And the first person here was Trill Bill. So that mod goes to Trill Bill 3,300. So shout out to our new mods, Trill Bill and Shadow. They've been here for fucking ever. And I'm blessed to have them as wonderful subscribers. And welcome to the mod family. Wrench Gang. Wrench Gang. But yeah, I feel like I haven't had a discussion in months. So, let's get her rolling, shall we? And who might that be? Is that Madara? Madara, you haven't been here since Nam.
Yo, say what?
I said, you haven't been here since Nam, brother. What's up?
Yo, what's going on? I just had a lot of bullcrap. And then you stream like at different days now because of your work. So
yeah, man, I've been so busy, so it's been so hard.
Yeah, nah, I feel you, bro. I'm supposed to have been started streaming, and I'm like dicking around with real life junk. So
I get it, man. Like,
trust me, I understand.
Even when I do stream, I have been holding discussions. So like,
exactly.
I've been it's in and out, and I hate that. But we here today, Playboy.
It was real life. Yo, what did you think?
I thought it was a phenomenal chapter. I really enjoyed.
I thought it was great too.
The Seraphim stuff threw me off quite a bit because not only do they copy the characteristics of the former warlords, they use the beams from Kizaru and have devil fruits.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. Now that's the thing: is it an artificial sorcerer fruit, or did they take it from Senior Pink?
Or Senior Pink Dunzo?
Exactly, and it's like maybe. Well, we know that Vegapunk can create it without killing them because Kaido's devil fruit. He was able to make a so-called failure in Momo's devil fruit, and Kaido was still alive.
And they've been utilizing Kizaru.
Exactly, and so since he's a better scientist than Caesar Clown, and apparently we judge as well. I think he could have extracted Senior Pink's fruit without killing him.
Yeah, and this is probably just clockwork for him. He's clearly
exactly.
I mean, he's clearly a super genius. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he has 6 bodies that think just like him,
and they all interact just like the 6 paths. They see, eat, feel everything the other does.
Yeah.
And I
exactly.
I took a little throwback. I'm like, him and Kishimoto are friends. I probably should have seen something like this coming.
Yeah. Exactly, because it ties into also their what is that? Isn't that Buddhist beliefs of the 6 paths?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so we've seen Oda,
and they all have different
incorporate the Bible,
such as wisdom and whatnot, and
exactly, they're all different paths of wisdom. Obviously, Lilith would be hell, since she's evil.
Yep.
If we were actually doing the whole actual paths and everything like that, she would be hell. Shaka the good, wouldn't he be Deva?
Deva, yep.
Since he's the god, yeah. So he would be just like he would be Deva realm. Lilith would be hell. Yeah. So he's pretty much going throughout the whole path of pain with them, but in his own Oda twist. So it's pretty cool.
I love it. I like Vegapunk.
Yeah.
All the Vegapunks in general. I think it's
exactly.
I think he's a very good concept. I think they are characters that are solely for scientific exploration. They're not on anyone's side.
Yeah.
They're totally for them, and they are to further society, and that's why I really enjoy them.
Now, what do you think about the fact that the actual so-called new technology is
actually arisen from an old ancient kingdom?
1,000 years old.
I think that's awesome.
Exactly.
I think that's awesome. I think that
I
is
did too.
right in place with how advanced they were back then. They had, I mean, these ancient weapons have been around since back then, right? Technology that we
Yes.
don't really understand, that we couldn't foresee, and powers that we had no real grasp of.
Yeah,
So why wouldn't there be
And-
civilizations of that nature?
exactly.
These
And
are
it
things, these are
reminds
things
me.
wiped away in the void century. I think this is phenomenal and it's really awesome, to be honest.
Exactly, because it also reminds me of our world a little bit as well, because scientists still can't figure out how the Egyptians made the pyramids.
Yeah.
They don't know how they did it. And so it's like, that reminds me of this story, because now, bro, I fully believe there are spaceships in One Piece. We just haven't seen them yet.
Oh, here we go.
I
Here
have
we
to
go
believe
talking
it because,
about the moon.
bro, whatever Emu used to wipe out Lucia, dude, it's a spaceship. It has to be. How did they get from the moon? Like, the ancient kingdom was from the moon. That's where they're from. They're moon
Yeah.
people. That's where they came from. So it's like their advanced technology has to be like comparative to the One Piece world is like our world's technology that would be in One Piece, minus the giant robots.
Fair enough.
that like we saw going on, because I mean, good lord, Frankie and Dr. Vegapunk haven't made anything like that, like what we saw in that last panel.
They really
that
haven't
thing
even
was
come close,
gigantic.
to be honest.
It's like,
we have the country obliterating weapon,
yes,
no matter what
the
it
country
is.
obliterating weapon.
which most want to assume is an ancient weapon. I like
Yeah,
to think outside the
exactly.
box a little bit. I like to think that maybe it's not.
Maybe it isn't. Maybe the real government doesn't have Uranus. Maybe the ancient kingdom
Oh no,
did.
no, only I have
hide
my,
it?
only I have my anus.
Whatever. Or Uranus.
Your
Maybe they have it.
Your anus. Your anus.
Maybe the rug. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe they have a cheap imitation, and maybe that's why it takes so long for it to charge up. Because when the Gorosei had that conversation about which kingdom do you want us to obliterate, in the actual timeline, that was 3 weeks ago, and the Lucia just got blown up.
Oh
3
yeah,
days ago.
they're just now gone.
Exactly. It just got obliterated 3 days ago in the current timeline. So that right there is just is wild. It's really wild.
It's yeah. I think One Piece. And you can agree with me. You cannot agree with me. I think we are in one of the most exciting times in One Piece. The reason why, because we can theorize again, right?
Yes, thank you.
Which people love
Finally.
to do. We can theorize
Yes.
and we can let our minds expand, and we have that sense of adventure that I think
Yes.
that we had not had since Punk Hazard.
Yes, we haven't had a adventure arc. Obviously, the quintessential adventure arc is Skypiea. But yes,
Yeah.
to your point, haven't had an adventure time since Punk Hazard, when we were seeing the giant frozen giants, with which now we know were the prototype for the numbers. All the way back then. We weren't getting lore dumps. Now, like, Oda's giving us lore like every other chapter. We're getting to know about the world. And I really truly believe he's about to show us a part of the Void Century. Like, I really believe that. He's really about to show us, not the whole thing, because he has to save that for Laugh Tale, but he's about to show us a part of the Void Century here.
Chances are very high,
Yeah.
and I'm
Because it's
excited
like,
about it.
yeah, I mean, like, how did they lose, bro? How did they lose?
I don't know. And that's,
Ancient automatons?
and when we find out how they lost, it's going to be an even larger info dump.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like, who betrayed them? Was it a D who
Yes.
betrayed them? Like,
and you know what's
it-
funny?
what they're-
It's like when we were in Wano, and we're talking about the poneglyphs, and we're talking about how we're moving towards the end game. Obviously, we still are, but
Yeah.
doesn't an arc like this makes you feel like we have even more time?
bro,
Because-
we have even more time.
because
Like,
there's so
I know,
much stuff to learn about.
Really?
Nobody thought about
Bro.
Egghead. All we heard over and over and over again the entire time was Elbaf, Elbaf, Elbaf,
Really? Because,
Elbaf.
like, if anything, I feel like this makes it solidified that this is the end game.
You think so?
Learning about the true history of the ancient kingdom and devil fruits, yes, I
That's
feel
if-
like
that's
this
if we
makes
do.
it the end game.
if we do.
If we do.
If we do.
Because
We're
you know,
not gonna-
because
we're not
Miss
gonna hear
Sage, Miss Sage,
everything.
also welcome Sage. It's been a long,
Yeah, welcome,
long
Sage.
time since I talked to you.
Yeah.
Welcome once again,
Like,
but
obviously, we're not going to learn everything, but even just having a glimpse of their actual identified like technology and saying this is what it was is more than we've had before. And everyone's had like an inkling that this was part of the ancient kingdom.
yeah,
Like nobody's really like surprised by it. It's more the fact
Correct,
that it's been concretely identified as being such.
correct, and that's
Yeah.
kind
And,
of what my
like-
sentiments were.
Mm.
And I think that, and the reason why I said I don't know if we're 100% in the end game with that, I have a feeling of longevity from this chapter, and the reason why I'm saying is we're given tidbits here and there all the time about the void century, right? And
Yeah.
and things that are
Well,
into that. Not
we're given tidbits,
not like
but
not like
they're not-
large pieces.
The thing is, we're given tidbits, but we're not given things actually visible on panel.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
The
fair.
crew
That's
interacts
fair.
with, and like that's what sets this
Aside,
differently.
yeah.
Like that really rings differently for me. Because
Yeah.
like the last time we had something with the crew actually interacted with that was confirmed to be part of the Void Century was Skypiea.
Yeah.
Because they didn't
Yes.
interact with Pluton.
Yeah, they didn't at all on Wano. They didn't even see Pluton on Wano Kuni. So they only heard about it.
I mean, they could have, but
Yeah,
they're soft.
exactly.
But you know, just could have sacrificed a few million people. It's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, to y'all's point, it does feel like we're finally getting there. Like, okay, but Oda likes to dick tease a lot. So I feel a sense of him touching on it and
We're
then
gonna get some
pulling it
info.
away.
100%. I'm
And,
not
like-
doubting it. We're gonna get some info. That's
Yeah.
for certain. We have Vegapunk here, who we've been waiting. What chapter is this?
1065.
1065 chapters to meet this man.
Yeah, we've been waiting. I think Kobe told us about Vegapunk and was it 448 or something like that?
Oh, we've heard about Vegapunk before that.
No. Kobe was the very first character who mentioned Vegapunk.
Are we sure here?
I'm pretty sure it was in Water 7 when Kobe talked about him.
Nothing before that.
I don't recall a mention of Vegapunk before Kobe, but I could be wrong.
Yes, you
I
could.
think Kobe is the one to do it.
Huh.
'Cause I know Aokiji and them mentioned him again, but that was later. That was chapters later that they mentioned.
I don't know why I'm thinking like in the before Grand Line type stuff, but I could very well be wrong.
I think because Jinbe was mentioned before Grand Line, and he was a really long way.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, so Kobe is the first confirmed Vegapunk reference.
It's
Right.
early on though.
Word.
It's like in the
Yeah,
first 100 or so
So, yeah,
chapters.
so almost 700 chapters later,
Yeah,
or 600 rather. We
600.
finally get to meet this sage of many paths, and it's been enlightening. It's just so interesting to see his whole thought process. And whenever the Straw Hat says something, I love the Vegapunk retorts. Oh, you're with us? No, I'm not with you at all. Like I have no interest in what you want. I'm interested in the further and advancement of science.
Exactly. And as a lot of folks have said, he'll basically partner up with anyone who's willing to help him further his goals.
I mean, he partnered with that scumbag Caesar. He partnered with
Yeah.
Queen. He partnered with Judge.
Well, see, the thing about it is that he was partnering with them, but it seems like Judge and them turned him in, right?
Yeah.
Because Judge's Kingdom Derma was still affiliated with the world government until he made the deal with Big Mom. Then he was no longer affiliated. So it seems like he was a scapegoat for like a lot of things, because wasn't he the cause of the explosion on Punk Hazard with
Yeah.
Caesar?
Yes, he was. He
Yeah,
was the
so-
one to hit the button. Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like he objected to something when like he and Caesar got into it. And if he hit the self-destruct, and turned the island,
Into
well,
mush.
obviously Akainu and Aokiji turned the island to what it is today.
Oh, I had a theory.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt.
Talk to
No,
me,
you
love.
go ahead.
I'm so sorry. But I had a theory that's really wild and I haven't heard before.
Mhm.
And to me, it's really logical. And everyone I've talked to about it has shut me down. So I want to see what
Before
you guys.
you start, if any of you peons in the chat go and post a video of this theory, I'll fucking find you.
I will fucking kill you. But
All right, let him have it.
what occurred to me is we've only seen one source of laser technology in the entire series other than Frankie, which is Vegapunk. Everyone that's had a laser has worked with Vegapunk. Every single motherfucker.
Yes.
Why does Frankie have it? And why does Vegapunk question the fact that Frankie has it? And how does, and this is where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Why is it that we've believed for the entire series that a man was hit by a train and able to fix himself when his primary skill was boats?
Okay. I like
Why is it that we have no other source of
Because
androids
we
in
kinda
the
just said,
entire
okay.
series?
Okay.
Why is it that we have no other source of androids in the entire series other than Vegapunk? Because even Judge uses clones.
Yes.
And every single person that studied cybernetics has studied it under Vegapunk.
Yeah.
But Frankie managed to do it with no working arms and legs.
What the hell?
Because Frankie's legs are hollow pre-skip. And
Yeah.
his hands have attachments to chains and shit.
I mean,
And that people I've talked to are like, oh, but what if his hands are just like developed? Like he's just pushed himself further. And I'm like, that's fine.
that's
But he did get hit by a train and we never see the body and his goggles go up flying. And like the only time that we do see any revelation of how much of Frankie is cybernetic, it's almost like his entire body is, because it's when he gets blown up at Vegapunk's lab and literally it tears away. I've seen the anime concept art and stuff. It's like his whole body is just robot parts.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that was how he survived Senior Pink's his suplex, was because his back is where his actual real body is at. The front is, as you said, the front is mainly robotics. The only real flesh is his back.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
And around the time that Frankie, it would be what, 20 to 25 years ago, maybe 27,
Yeah.
which from what I can work out is roughly the time that Mads was going on.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The collaboration.
Yep.
Yep.
And we know roughly from the silhouette in Caesar's lab that was probably not one of the robot people that we've seen so far. And the silhouette with Dr. Kuma, that didn't seem to be relevant to one of the Vegapunks we've seen.
Yeah.
So at some point in the last 20 years, Vegapunk has changed into robots.
Correct. And one more thing. As far as Frankie's father goes, there's no information other than he's some sort of random pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just a random pirate. I know a lot of folks have said that he could have been one of those people in the Revolutionaries in that flashback. There was a guy on the Revolutionaries who had a Hawaiian shirt, and a lot of people have said that could have been Frankie's dad. But
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, there are the Hawaiian shirts and pants. That seems to be what everyone changes into when they go to Vegapunks. Is these large boots are new, but these Hawaiian shirts and
Which
pants
is very
aesthetic,
Frankie-esque.
which is
Yeah.
very Frankie-esque, seems to be something.
Ooh.
yeah, because
And
that is what
I've just been questioning it recently. Like,
no,
and
it's
Frankie
struck me
might
odd,
have
too.
developed Cola. Cola might be a Frankie thing,
Yeah,
and that might come into play.
Ooh.
But I genuinely think,
Vegapunk.
Yeah,
and
because
Frankie's obsession with a sun, like the sunny motif, like the line and stuff, replicates the line that's just happened with Lilith. Like, oh, we need a sun that never stops. And
Yeah,
Exactly.
an
Frankie's gonna
infinite
work
source,
at
and,
Lilith.
and Frankie uses cola.
A power
which-
source,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, 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 yes,
He
yes,
uses
yes,
cola.
yes, 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 yes.
yeah, because too, I think it was Edison said that they're not ready for laser training yet. But
what he actually says is lasers with a question mark. So
yeah,
surprise.
exactly.
And then says we're not ready for those yet. So he doesn't just question the lasers, like he does go, oh shit, we're not ready for that. But he does actually kind of go, I wasn't expecting that. Like
Exactly, I
I'm
wasn't
confused
expecting
that was there. So I've just been thinking about it recently. Hold on, let me see if I can find my notes.
Please.
this one.
You bring up great points.
Oh,
though.
this was it. What if Frankie is one of the cyborgs and his naming convention is Frankenstein, which is the scientist, not the monster? Which is the scientist, not the monster, but a lot of people think it's the monster. What if all of the code names relate to real world figures, but York is a One Piece legend? Yorkie, perhaps, maybe even. And Frankie is instilled with the dream to make the pirate ships. Like, he's instilled with that dream, much like Kuma was instilled with the need to save that ship, which is odd that Vegapunk would program that, but not if it's Frankie's thing. And Kuma seems to be one of the first cyborg experiments, but what if Frankie was as well? And Frankie is not a perfect genius, but he is very close. And because of this, he would be able to rebuild himself slowly. But in the bad timeline, he turns into past his robotic shape because he's not able to learn from the true Vegapunk.
Yeah.
And so he turns into a ship, which is what he knows best.
Huh. So in the quest to build the perfect ship, which is an afterthought made on by Vegapunk. Essentially, right? Am I with you here?
Well, I wonder if because we haven't seen anything like we've seen a lot of the rain. We've seen a lot of like characteristics of Vegapunk, but we've not seen anything humanized yet, other than York. And I wonder if Frankie is meant to be like a human version, like perverseness, and that's why he's been like set free. It's to kind of let him like roam across the world still.
I like it.
I was just thinking like maybe that would be funny, and it would fit in with the idea of Frankenstein as well.
It would, and it would fit in with the names too, because York is greedy, Lilith is evil, Edison is the wisdom. No. It's Pythagoras' wisdom. Edison is what? Is knowledge?
I have to go back and see.
Yeah. And so it was like, so Frankie, the pervert. So he would fit in with the naming scheme of it all.
Yeah.
That's a good theory. It gets me thinking because, as you pointed out, he's surprised that Frankie has a laser and is like, when in the world where Judge exists, Queen exists, Caesar Clown exists, why is he surprised that somebody outside of them can fashion a laser beam?
Yeah.
Well, if there is any lineage from Frankie to Vegapunk, why would maybe the appearance is throwing him off?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the thing. Like, he has changed his entire appearance, and he would be using a different name.
Yeah, exactly, because his original name is Cuddy Flam.
Yeah, everything's been changed. Everything's been changed.
And the other thing is, when Iceberg sees Frankie again, it's been 10 years. Yeah. Like, it's not immediate. It's been 10 years. Yeah. And he just shows up.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, you're alive? What? Like,
exactly.
Fine. I don't know, but I think part of the reason that they don't recognize him is because he's meant to be set free. Like, it's meant to be this experiment that's not held by balance.
Without any help from Vegapunk?
Hmm?
I'm just throwing shit in there. I said, you want me to tell me that Tom made that C train without any help from Vegapunk?
Yeah, I think that's plausible because it's a train. But like, I think there's a possibility, given what we know now with the connections between Roger and Tom. Yeah. Like, it wasn't just a happenstance meeting. Like, they were friendly.
Very much
like, and Frankie had met Roger, but he was a person back then.
He was.
Exactly. Yeah, he was. He was a person when he met Roger.
Yeah.
And I will say, to my knowledge, Frankie doesn't remember that.
I don't think he does either.
He doesn't seem to. No.
He doesn't seem to. Or hasn't made any mention of it. All this Roger talk.
Yeah, because no, I don't think he because remember when like Momo said he remembers seeing Roger, and everybody's like, oh no, not possible. It couldn't have happened. Frankie never brought the fact that and Frankie
And
was like
Frankie
there,
met
right?
his goddamn father.
Mhm.
Frankie literally met Odin and never said a
Mhm.
word.
Yeah, exactly.
And Frankie
But
was
yeah,
definitely of age to like know names and all that shit.
Which would
Yeah.
make sense if he's missing some of his memories.
Memories, his
Yeah.
core memories. Are gone.
Ooh, we're getting spicy tonight, guys. Okay.
We are.
We're getting. I like this. I like this a lot. Ooh, it's been so long. It has. No, I miss this shit. Oh my god.
That right there's a really good theory on Frankie.
Go ahead, get it, Triple S.
That's my theory.
Steve Stone Sajay. You heard her. And if any of you guys clip this, you better tag her. And if you don't tag her, I'll fucking murder you. Someone in the chat said, "Damn." Trill Bill 300 said that Eternal Flame I'm betting my money on is the hat from Mary Joel, which is why they keep it on ice. Is to quell this flame of freedom, and I guarantee Luffy's hat is a small piece of it made by Joy Boy. Oh. Ooh.
Oh, so Luffy Straw Hat is a small
Is a
part
piece
of
of
the
that
straw.
as a piece of that flame of freedom?
Hmm.
Huh.
So wait. So do you think the Straw Hat is the national treasure of Mary Joie?
That Doflamingo
Dopey was
also
talking
know
about?
I don't know.
Because if it is the Eternal Flame, that would explain why he said he needed the ageless surgery in order to wield it.
Huh. We call
Because
about
that's why
Straw Hat Mingo?
Straw Hat Mingo. And that's why he said he wanted to hit. I think it was Corazon to like get it and then perform it on him.
Correct. I mean, yeah,
So-
because Doflamingo knows the secrets of the world. I don't
Yeah.
inherently think that Doflamingo was searching for the One Piece.
I don't think he was either.
But
He
he was
didn't.
searching for his quickest way for domination, so to speak.
Yeah. His ambition was just to, because at first it was an auction house, but then he saw that Smiles was a more lucrative deal,
Yeah.
so he switched over to Smiles.
Him knowing so many secrets of the world and most likely knowing about Emu, most likely knowing about the Straw Hats, the Straw Hat down there, I don't think those are inherently tied to the One Piece because
I don't think they are there.
he doesn't care about that.
No,
You know?
it's a fact.
New World Theory said, "We missed you, Virgo lover." Thanks. So K79 said, "Sage, stay spitting." Chin Ho Wong said, "No, please, no, C Stone Sage. Rest in peace, Cuddy Flam's fake ID."
Oh no. It's just every now and again in an arc we get this revelation that's like a complete twist out of nowhere where everyone's like, whoa. And I
Exactly.
feel like that's a possibility for it because if there's gonna be some kind of like mind-blowing twist with Vegapunk's Island, like it has to be one of the crew, right?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah.
assume.
because Frankie is the only one who's went to his hometown out of the whole crew.
and Frankie is one of the only ones that has had no centralized arc
Yeah,
that
exactly.
kind of
Correct.
focuses on his past. And like he seems to be having quite a good showcase in the last few chapters as well.
Yeah, just like, yo, man,
Like,
Vegapunk,
they have
talk
had
to me.
some
Me and
Frankie
you will be getting
focus.
along.
Yeah, so
He's so geeked up, more so than usual.
yeah, and he's normally quite a background hypey character, and he has not been that. Like
He's in the
he's the
forefront.
only Straw Hat that was able to really make the Jinbei Sephiroth like go back,
Correct.
like and do anything interesting to it.
And
So
all
like
the other
I don't
Vegapunks are
know.
like, well, hello. Who might this be?
Yeah.
I'm even more excited for this weekend. And then we have, what's the name? What am I thinking of? So these seraphims.
Mm.
The devil fruit usage throws in a new wrench into their manufacturing. I'm just a little confused.
What?
It's because now they have multiple devil fruits in one, so to speak. The lasers are essentially from Kizaru,
Yeah,
and they're also laced with lineage factor.
That depends if the lasers are from Kazari, though.
Okay.
Because we've assumed
wasn't it
that.
stated that back then with Kuma, or
No,
was it?
that was
It was an assumption.
Well,
it was an
technically it wasn't. It
assumption.
wasn't Vegapunk that said it. You're right.
No, but the reason I wonder is what if it was just the capacity to understand the lasers that Kazari uses because of the ancient kingdom, though?
Huh.
Like, what if they were already able to do that,
Lasers
and
was just a
Vegapunk
thing of
reverse
the ancient
engineered them
kingdom,
with
period.
Kazaru's fruit?
So are we kind of diving into the realm of what if what Emu did to that island was a normality back then?
I wonder if
Like
I
all of
wonder
them
if
could do that.
Egghead. I wonder if Egghead was like a frozen over, like, because one of the things that interested me is Baltimore is considered an island of the future, and Vegapunk seems to liken this island to an island of the past.
Correct.
So I wonder if it's possible that like Baltimore is kind of like showing the suffering of the current like future, where people have less technology and they're still learning and they're still working things out, and like, you know, like the government is kind of like making it difficult with resources and stuff to build this technology. That's the future
Well,
of One Piece. That's what's been happening.
Here's
And
what
then Egghead has got all of this ancient tech buried underneath the ice, essentially. The Vegapunk's like heated up.
What I'm grasping at here for me is that Vegapunk is trying to become the greatest archaeologist of all time. And the reason why I'm saying this is because with all this hidden history, I think he's masking that with, I have all these new to the outside world. That I have these new inventions. I'm so advanced, and he's like, this shit was already here. But I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to look into everything. But I'm going to mask it as though I'm making all these new developments. So you guys leave me the fuck alone, so I can study as I wish.
Well, see, I don't know if he's egotistical like that, though. I think that might be what we're getting from it because of our.
Yeah, I think this is just like I'm just throwing things out there.
Yeah, no, and I'm just saying that because obviously Edison, the real life Thomas Alva Edison, was known to be one who potentially stole other patents and things like that, who stole technology, because apparently it was Nikola Tesla. It was Tesla who actually came up with the light bulb first.
Correct.
From what it was loads of people, but Edison filed the patent first. So that's why
Edison stabilized the technology. That is literally all he did.
Exactly.
And he had the most important thing, the TM. That's all.
Yes.
That's all people cared about at the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day, he had the TM, the trademark. It's yours, Bucko.
Exactly. And so I think with him, maybe he's someone who just came across a bunch of notes. Just like Frankie did. Frankie could a microcosm of what Vegapunk is. Vegapunk just stumbled across some notes and did what Frankie did, but just to a bigger level.
Yeah.
That could be exactly what it could be. Is that, you know, he just stumbled upon some notes, met Judge, Caesar, and Queen, and even though they all specialize in one thing, Vegapunk is actually a jack of all trades and a master at it. He didn't just learn the basics; he actually flushed everything out.
Okay, so real quick, in the chat here, New World Theory says, notice Jinbei's armband on the Seraphim, it's hot bubbles like the swim. Maybe the bands give the power, and I had noticed that, and I totally agree with that.
Oh, the green blood?
Yes, like the bubbling armband.
That's the green blood.
Yes,
it's not an armband. It's it's internal.
Yeah, I guess
it looks like a band.
No, if you look closely, you can see that like the skin is higher than the band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes no sense for like that would cut off like circulation.
Yeah.
It looks more
but
like
they're amalgamations, so nobody really knows how they work.
To me, it looks more like skin is missing, which considering he's just talked about green blood.
Yeah.
makes more sense.
And the fact too is that he was at 98%. He wasn't 100%.
Exactly. He wasn't at 100%.
Correct. Okay. Word. But thank you for that new world theory. You sparked some debate here.
I do think that it's likely that the green blood is like a perfected version of SAD. Like a synthetic ability to harness devil fruit lineage factor. It's just a perfected version of that.
That's crazy.
Oh. So, you know how SAD was like a lineage factor juice, essentially?
Yes.
And like the whole point of it was to make synthetic lineage factor.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the green blood is essentially a perfected version of that. And rather than eating a fruit and like going through that route, Vegapunk has like cut out the middleman of the fruit.
It's injection time.
And made it to be, the green blood.
Oh my goodness, he is a bad man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good man, or I think he is.
Exactly.
But
that's circumventing what everybody else had to do, and he just went straight to the source.
He's truly a genius.
No, without a doubt.
It's funny that characters like that I can marvel at. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think, in my opinion, I think the world government has no idea about the island being what it truly is, or at least the lower levels of the lore. Or I think it gets about to as far as Akainu doesn't know about the 900-year-old or the 900-year-old.
I doubt the government knows everything that's going on.
I doubt it.
I doubt that.
I think the Gorosei in them probably know, but I don't think anyone
lower than... I want to say that they know.
No, I doubt that.
So here's why I'm conflicted, right? I want to say they know and they're letting it go for now, but then I thought about...
Not letting it go.
But I thought about they're trying to kill him.
but then I thought about if they actually knew, then the same thing that happened to that other country would happen here.
Well, no, because remember,
because they don't want to have
Rob Lucci said, Rob said, don't destroy the building. Make sure no harm happens to the actual tech there. We're just there to kill Vegapunk. That's it. So they can't, which I think the whole plan is stupid, because if he made the pacifistas, y'all don't think he doesn't have a failsafe that won't allow the pacifista to harm him?
I think he's got a whole thing where he can just turn the pacifistas against the
exactly. He could just turn it off. I mean,
I've been waiting for that since I found out that Kuma was losing his brain. Once I found out that Kuma lost control of himself, I've been waiting for him to just go ahead, flip that switch, and turn them all against the world government, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think he has a built-in Order 66 up his sleeve.
Yep.
Where at any time he could.
New World theories seem to be on a roll here. They said, "What do you think about Bonnie using her powers to help complete the Seraphim with the aging process?" I think that Vegapunk might already have that one down packed.
Well, I think it's possible. But the reason I think it's possible is because when we are in Whole Cake Island, I think it's Yonji says to Sanji that it takes roughly 5 years for a clone to grow to full maturity as an adult, which means that we've had 2 years, and the Jinbe says he's at 98%, which could be to do with the completion of the whole thing, or it could be to do with the fact that to get to the child age, it takes roughly 2 years, which I think would be 7.5.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy though, because my goodness, Judge could never. And the reason why I say this because the soldiers that Judge made pale.
Oh yeah,
pale in comparison to these Seraphim, and it still took him 5 years.
Yeah. Well, it kind of just shows you that there are going to be some limits to the technology, even for Vegapunk, and one of them is probably the aging process of a clone does take some time. So I do think that Bonnie is possible as a key to activating them being older, but the only reason that they'll get older is if they truly side with us, and right now I question whether they will. And the only reason I'm questioning whether the Seraphim actually side with us is because when Edison says to the shark like clone one,
Yes.
like the shark doesn't exactly listen to him 100%, and he takes note of that. He's like, well, I guess you've stopped, kind of thing. Like, it's like, at least you stopped, but I would have liked full obedience. But it doesn't give him full obedience. And Kuma, there's a suggestion with Kuma's clone that he's not completely being obedient.
Yeah.
Oh, I also thought there may be a way to work out which of the warlords and stuff have been cloned.
You don't think
If Jinbe is Shark, what if Boa is Snake, Mihawk is Hawk, and that all of their code names are animals? And I think the only one that doesn't have an strong animal tie is ones like Moira, I guess, could be Bat, but I don't think they'll do him because they took him out of the system pre-skip. So yeah, if I remember correctly, it's just Blackbeard and
Please don't
Buggy.
make a Blackbeard clone. Please don't make a Blackbeard.
I don't think there's gonna be, because he doesn't have an animal code name, and I wonder if that's the convention for the Sephram's naming.
Yeah, and also he wasn't Warlord for that long after
He
turning
wasn't.
tail.
But the other thing I thought about was, what if how they got the DNA? You know, there's the letter, and it's not delivered by a bird, is it?
What was it delivered by? I
It's
can't
delivered
recollect.
by a bat. It's delivered by a bat.
Huh.
It's not delivered by a bird. If I remember correctly, it's delivered by
I
a
don't
bat. I saw
remember,
someone
to
talking
be
about it.
honest.
Well, the gist of it being, like, it'd be real easy to take a little nom, like just a little nom nom, you know.
So damn silly.
You
Hell
know,
wrong
take the
with
letter
you?
back. Or if they sign yes in blood or something, and it's like a blood contract. Like, pirates aren't going to really question that too much.
So
but
what,
they
would
probably
that be
could.
the stipulation to become a warlord?
Yeah, like, do a little fingerprint in blood, and then it's like, oh, well, we
Gotcha.
told you with that. Gotcha. Like, exactly.
Oh boy, fuck.
But Ace didn't sign on to be a warlord, so I don't think he'll be one.
You know, I saw that in the chat earlier. Did you? I was like, oh, like Ace, and he's like Ace. Luffy never really got to beat Ace. Like, we're not gonna see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't think we're going to see that.
I don't want to.
No.
New World Theory said world government always uses a bat. Confirmed. We've seen it multiple times. Huh.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
Ace said Dragon contacting Vegapunk right after what happened to Sabo. World government trying to kill Vegapunk for what happened on Lelouch. Is Sabo on Egghead? Possible.
I don't think Sabo comes in yet.
It's possible, but let's ask ourselves: what does Sabo do here?
Cause, well, we don't know if Dragon contacted Vegapunk or Vegapunk contacted Dragon either.
What is, if Sabo was here? What underlying purpose does he have on his island, or is he fan service? Like, what does Sabo do for us
His
here?
fruit is the only thing I can think of. His fruit is the only thing I can think of.
And I don't
Like, that has genuine reason to be there. It's only his fruit.
And I don't want this to be another let's snatch it kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. This is an exciting time to be a One Piece fan.
What do you think of the concept that the moon once had resources? Like, proper resources?
To stabilize the ancient kingdom?
Yeah.
So here's where I get fuzzy here, because here's where
Okay.
I get small brained.
Okay. Let me big brain to you afterwards then.
Because when I start thinking about the concept of the moon and their existence there, I have no theories. And the reason being is because I don't know what they could possibly have up there. I don't know how the civilization existed without a bunch of ancient weapons, and some of those ancient weapons funneled down to the current area we are at now and got thought upon as the ancient weapons were up there. They're probably normality. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably everywhere.
Well, what I was wondering is the city seems to run on electricity, and it's almost like it was made for an Owl's fruit.
Well,
But-
sort of. They found a power source. So whatever that power source is, which they mentioned of how do you have so much in access? Whatever the power source is, they have a lot of it.
Well, remember, it runs off of a what? Instead of a air conditioner, right?
Air conditioner.
Isn't that what it said it was?
Hell no.
Like 2 chapters ago? It
What?
said
I don't remember them saying anything about air conditioner. I ain't gonna lie to you.
it said it's an AC. That's literally what it
Boy,
said,
no
right?
way. I don't remember that at all.
Bro,
The island's
power-
AC.
I
The
thought it was
island's AC is how it cools the island, but it runs on fire.
That's what I thought so. We were talking about the infinite
okay,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm smoking crack. I can't remember the wrong part of the conversation.
Y'all smoking crack. You good, G? We all have a little
Yeah,
crack.
okay, yeah.
What I was going to say though is, what if the ancient kingdom didn't have access to an house fruit?
Okay.
And the reason that it runs on electricity is because, like in our world, they burn fuel. But that fuel was all their resources, and that links to what Lilith says. And Lilith says it is consuming a lot of resources, but we're always looking for alternatives. And in the Nia Nell's cover story, the reason that they were said to go down to the White Sea and the Blue Sea in the first place, back before the age of the sea circle or whatever, like, was resources. It specifically says we ran out of resources and we had to go down.
Correct.
So, and they view the Verth and the trees and all of that as very sacred in the ancestors' kind of religious like rites.
No fossil fuel for them.
But what if the reason that they had to leave the moon is because they just wiped out the resources? They absolutely obliterated them because they had all this tech, but they were still using fossil fuels. They were still using trees and shit to burn it. And so now on the moon, it's a wasteland. And like the only thing that could power it is electricity. But they don't have access to an El's fruit. So they don't have a way to power their city.
Unless
Okay.
somebody
Okay,
made
well,
the
then who do you think-
return to the White Sea or to the Blue Sea. And,
Well, this is the thing.
and he
they
got
go
captured,
down to
and now he's being held. I'm kidding.
For fuck's sake. Because I wondered, like, what powers Vegapunk's lab if it's based on the same technology as the Ancient Kingdom, and it is literally using loads of resources, and the whole thing is like, oh, we need like an eternal sun, we need eternal fire, we need like some way of giving us all this electricity and all this power. Like, what if that was the same problem for them? Because a lot of the time, One Piece repeats itself, like. And I do think that the Tontata are going to be way more important than we realize, and I'm really excited for that.
Oh, hold on, Buckaroo. Explain.
So
Go for
one
it,
of the
girl. You
things
gotta
that
go for it. Don't. Me?
What?
I heard you go.
No, like, because to me, it's just like it's just there. I just
You're
see
lucky.
it.
You're lucky. I
How
want to
do I
listen.
see
God
it?
damn it.
Like,
All right.
I'm so sorry.
This is the most non-ignorance I've had in the stream for a long time. All right, so keep it flowing.
Okay, but like the Tontata are said to be farming, specifically farming under their original ruler, like their.
Yes, they're the
but they
original
don't say
Harriet
what.
Tubmans. Yes, continue.
What were they farming?
That's a good question.
That's a
They're made to farm devil fruits. They seem to have a natural knack to farm devil fruits. What were they farming?
the lineage factor growing out of the ground like Pikmin. I'm being
He's talking about a video game. Pikmin.
I wonder, because one of the things we see in the not the throne room, but the flower room with Emu,
Yes.
we see like tree branches growing into the room. Like,
Yeah, it's a
there's a
flower
lot of
field.
plants, but there's a definite tree kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And the type of tree it looks like is a mangrove.
Sort of like
Yeah.
somebody.
So that technically the top, because of where the root system is and Fishman Island is, technically the top of the tree should be literally in Pangaea Castle. Like, that should be there.
Oh.
And we see a brief look into a flower room of all things, and we do see a mangrove-like tree structure.
In a very desolate area. You all of a sudden you see this flowery area.
Yeah.
It kind of oh my god, I'm about to get very, very nerdy. I don't know if either of you have played Elden Ring.
Not yet. Go ahead.
Okay, for those of you in the chat that have played Elden Ring, there's this wonderful person named Millennia of Mikola, the Blade of Mikola.
And I've seen the boss fight.
Yes,
so
she's in a very, very desolate area, but in this area it's the top of the mangrove, sort of what Sage is describing, and it's just beautiful, filled with flowers, and this most wonderful, like beautiful arrangement in this area. Well, everything before that was desolate, sort of like what Emu was in. So I just wanted to allude to that. Go ahead.
What
and you don't gotta apologize to me. You're fine.
What's in that room?
What's in that room is
what becomes a key point in that room?
The key point in that room is a national treasure behind her after you defeat her.
Right, so we know where that's going then.
I think so. And that national treasure is important towards the end game.
Ooh, gosh.
Yeah. Well, then, that always brings up the question: does the world government have does it have the Eve tree? And is the Eve tree the devil fruit tree, or is the Adam tree the devil fruit tree?
You just show. Is that what you said, Madara?
I said no. I said so.
Oh, the Eve tree. Gotcha.
Yeah. I said does the world government, because we know that for a fact the world government gives prisoners devil fruits. We saw that with the Boa sisters.
Yes.
They were Boa with.
I still didn't understand that, but yeah, continue. You're right. They do.
Yeah. Am I breaking up?
No. I didn't understand why they gave him fruits, but continue.
Okay, yeah. And so it was just for fun. It was for entertainment. So that would lead you to believe that they have a natural way of getting devil fruits. And so it's okay.
I mean, they've got to have a dragon radar or something. I don't know how they happen upon so many. It's not nonchalant.
Well,
that much.
Yeah,
that much is for sure.
Yeah, but no, I'm trying to tie it into Sage's point, because she brought up that how the Tontatta seem to have a natural way of finding fruits, right? And so we know Dofi ended up with the Mera right after Ace died. So either it's weird. Either he got it straight from the Gorosei, or he I mean because he has ties, right, to them anyway.
Well, yeah.
Or somehow he might have his own devil fruit tree, and the Tontatta dug it up for him.
I think personally it's more likely he got it with his connections to the One Piece black market. But it's possible that Tontatta, my thing is they're more of a farming. They do pinch things though. That is one of their things.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of their things. I think my big thing with the Tontatta that I was wondering though is what if there's been more than one of these trees? Because we've got 3 ancient trees at the moment. We've got the Tree of Knowledge on Ohara.
Okay.
We've got Treasure Tree Adam, and we've got Sunlight Tree Eve. And I wonder, what if there was a tree on God Valley?
Ooh.
Specific tree on God Valley.
There definitely was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why else would the Tenryubito be there? That was their island.
Why are the celestial dragons on that island?
Exactly.
Why was it there? Yeah.
Like, because weren't you
before I
banned
was like,
for leaving the holy ground
So
of marriage law?
exactly. So my thing is
Not bad.
unless there were more holy grounds than just that beforehand.
Mm.
they're not banned because like
Well, I'm saying because Homing left, and when he tried to go back, they're like, "Nah, nigga."
not to live.
Like,
That was
you
to
can't
live
go.
though, not to visit.
Yeah, he was like,
Like he left Marajwa like the Nefertiti family.
yeah, because some of them do go to
Eftari,
And it's
rather.
kind of, I mean,
Cody.
it's weird. I mean, and Yoskar was brought back.
Well,
Also,
he said-
Someone
also
said
also
the
a Don
last
Quixote.
tree. Someone said the last tree is the tree of life, and I've been thinking because one of the myths, like pirate myths, missing from One Piece at the moment is the Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth. Yeah,
Fountain of Youth.
Mhm. So I do wonder if that's possible. If the tree of life is the last tree and it was on God Valley.
I'd love to hear about Davy Jones' locker.
Davy Jones' locker is definitely a thing.
I'd love to hear about that.
I can't wait for that. I think that Davy Jones has something to do with Devil Fruit. I really do.
I think that's coming at the very last island. When there's
Yeah,
when there's a life or death choice coming, and it's Davy Jones' locker, the One Piece, and
I
And
think
that's
Davy
why-
Jones' locker might even be where Raftel is. Like Laftel,
Oh,
rather.
maybe,
Like, I think it
probably.
might
and
be
that's why I
Davy
think
Jones'
it's going to
locker.
come down to a choice, and Luffy's going to choose because, as I've said before, Luffy's the only Straw Hat who hasn't had to have the choice to give up on his dream, or I mean, to sacrifice for his crew. He's the only Straw Hat who hasn't done it yet. Zoro was
Mhm.
was willing to die for Luffy. Nami and Wano, I mean, was threatened by Ulti.
Sanji gave
Say-
up in Whole Cake.
So it was like Sanji, Robin, and them have all been willing to.
Yeah, Robin gave up in Annie's lobby.
And so Luffy's the only one who hasn't been put to like the test of my dream or my crew. And I think on Laugh Tale, he's going to have to make that choice.
Yeah, I think. Well, I would say if it's, Usopp probably hasn't yet either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he'll probably have his time too. Oh man, it's just. I know I've said it several times during the stream, but can y'all feel it, man? Can y'all hear the drums of liberation right now?
Exactly.
Like these.
Oh,
I am more excited for One Piece than I probably have been in the last 6 years. Not that I haven't been excited, but
literally.
I've been excited. Like, don't get me wrong, but like
Oda knew
I feel
we
like a
needed
kid
an
again,
arc
right?
like this. He knew we needed this art.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like a child again. Like, and
I want him to take his time.
It's refreshing.
You can take as much time as you want because he rushed the end of Wano. So you can take as much time as you want. I'm getting lore. I'm not complaining. I'm getting lore.
It's
This is lore piece.
it's
I'll take
it's
it.
refreshing. Oh my goodness! But I think I'm gonna end this one here, kiddos.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully I can see you guys Thursday night.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Be around.
Right.
I plan on having a discussion there. I'll actually be on time for a chapter for once.
Alrighty.
This is, of course, unless it comes out on Friday.
That is not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen.
It's like, nigga.
But I appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. We back in the thick of things. Love to everybody that pulled up. Much love, and catch y'all on the flippity flip.
Yo. Have a good one.
See you, gang.
Yes, sir. Take it easy.